guys, welcome to the channel, and it's been a while. So I hope you guys are doing really well. I hope you're enjoying the fall. I know that I am, and I'm really excited to be able to sit down and actually do a video again. These last, 3 weeks have been pretty crazy, and I'm happy to get back into it. So this video, this build, it is a mess haul for a collab that I've been working on with Peach's Place. If you don't know her, definitely check out her channel. It's amazing. She does really amazing work. She's a really sweet person, so definitely go to her channel, and also you'll have to go to her channel anyway to see the interior of this really cute mess hall for the camp, and I'll provide all those links down below. But yeah, so I did the exterior of this build, and she did the interior, and then for the welcome center, I did the interior and she did the exterior. So yeah, these last two lots were a joint effort, and yeah, so if you haven't seen the other builds for this collab, I think she has a playlist. I think I do too, but you can check that out if you haven't seen the other builds. But I'm really excited to finally finish up this series because it's been a long time coming. And we've been finished for a little while. We just haven't been able to work on the actual videos for you guys, but they are all on the gallery. And then I'm excited to give the world save for this world of Granite Falls to IrrelephantSims. She told me that she would love to review it, kind of go over it for you guys, and where all the lots are placed and things like that. So keep a lookout on her channel for that. That should be coming out soon. And yeah, and also you guys, I don't know if you've heard or not, but University is coming out pretty soon in November, I think. I'm a little conflicted about it, but I'm going to hold my judgments until I see it. Some aspects of it seem really cool, others seem kind of short-sighted, or I don't know, just like not all the way thought out, kind of shortchanged. I don't know, but I'll wait until we actually get the pack to say my full thoughts on it. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Last time you heard from me, I was gearing up for my trip to Iceland, so I'm really excited to tell you guys how that was. First of all, I highly recommend you all go to Iceland if you can at some point in your life, because wow. Iceland is probably the most beautiful place I've ever been, and I've been to some beautiful places. It's just so, like, I don't know, different than any other place that you might imagine or go to. It's almost alien looking. I don't know. It's amazing though. So the plane ride to get over there. So I am in the Nashville area. So we actually drove to Atlanta to fly from Atlanta to New York, New Jersey, and then from New Jersey we went to Reykjavik in Iceland. So it wasn't too bad getting to Newark, but once we got on the plane, we immediately saw that a mom and her little baby were in our row of chairs, and we're like, oh gosh, this is gonna be a long flight. And honestly, it wasn't too bad. The baby slept most of the night, so she I don't know, I felt worse for the mom because she was, I think, really worried for her baby, like trying to keep her baby calm. And it was like a flight that was during the night, so it was a lot, I'm sure, for her. And we didn't really sleep all that much either, because I meant to get a I meant to get a sleeping mask, but I totally forgot to. So they kept turning on the lights to bring food or drinks, and I was like, oh, I just want to sleep, but I wasn't able to, unfortunately. So after not sleeping for about, 20 hours, because of the time change, we couldn't check in to our Airbnb until about 3 p.m., but we got there in the morning, probably about 9 o'clock. So we quickly went to get some coffee, and we walked around Reykjavik, and oh my gosh, Reykjavik is so cute and amazing, and I loved it. Like the older part of Reykjavik by the ocean, I don't know, it was just magical. And all the houses were adorable and painted in bright colors. And then there's this huge church in the middle, and it was almost like, Art Deco looking, very grand and huge, but also very simple and minimal. We didn't get to go in that first day because I think they were having, it was a Sunday, so I think they were having mass or something like that. So, but yeah, and we finally got to our Airbnb, and it was this tiny home behind another house, and it was so perfect, and it was within walking distance, and we just kind of like passed out. And then around 6:30, 7 o'clock, we woke up, and we were just so out of it. We were like, what is going on? I was so confused. I felt so weird. I had never really traveled outside of the country before, so the time change and getting used to that was really difficult on me. I was so confused. We went to this really cute pizza place, and then we went to this ice cream place that had waffles, and oh my gosh, I don't think I can have, like, also, so the waffles and the croissants were so good, so fresh. There's absolutely nothing processed, I feel like, over there. All the food was so amazing. But yeah, I don't think I can have an American croissant or waffle ever again. It was that good. But yeah, we went around the whole entire country. We rented a car, and we went around. First we drove through the south and went around up to the north, and oh, it was so beautiful. I still think about it, like the mountains, the ocean, the plains, the countryside. There's so many sheep there. I literally thought about just leaving everything behind, buying some sheep, and just living in the Icelandic countryside. My husband was like, oh, you'll get tired of that like after a week, but I don't know if I would. So yeah, it was an amazing trip. I highly recommend doing that. A lot of people have asked me what my favorite part about the trip was, and I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. I have a few. Probably my favorite experience was the black sand beaches in southern Iceland. It was just so, like, amazing. Even though it was crowded with tourists, you could kind of walk down the beach and get away from the tourists that got stuck in the in the entrance of the beach area. But the rock faces, and it was kind of foggy that day, a little bit windy and cold, so there was this like ominous fog that kind of rested on the ocean, making the black rock formations in the sea just kind of fading into the mist. And the water, the ocean, was like an icy light blue, and like a grayish light blue. It was so interesting, and then that icy blue water would just kind of wash up against the black sand of the beach, and it was so alien. I was like, man, this doesn't even look real. And I was there, so, and I've seen pictures of it like before I came, and I couldn't believe how it looked, and all these like jagged black volcanic rocks on the beach, and that like just went from the beach up into this mountain. So yeah, I would say that would be one of my favorite things about Iceland. And then just the fact that, you know, you could be driving and see like 6 different waterfalls just coming down the mountain into the countryside, down little rivers and brooks that lead to the ocean. And I don't know, it was so magical. Another one of my favorite parts was there's this big waterfall where you can actually go behind it. There was a path or a trail that went behind the waterfall into this cavern, and then you'd have to walk or hike up these rocks on the other side of it to get down. And let me tell you, I was so like afraid that I would like fall to my death or something, because I wear glasses, so my glasses were getting wet and foggy from the waterfall. So I was like, man, all these rocks are wet, my glasses are getting foggy and wet. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this alive. And at one point there was like a rope that was attached to some rocks, and you had to actually pull on the rope as you climbed up the side of the rocks. So it was kind of like a steep incline on the trail, and I was so afraid because I've never really hiked before Iceland. I've gone on one hike before, but it was a very like simple hike in some of the mountains in East Tennessee, so it wasn't that bad of a hike really. But yeah, this Iceland, man, like some of the areas that you go to that aren't like main tourist areas or don't have a lot of, I don't know, landscaping, it's kind of difficult to hike. But it was just such an incredible experience because, I mean, who could say that you climbed behind a waterfall and lived? Yeah, so, I don't know. And then as another thing I really loved is there was this national park in West Iceland that was actually, I think it's where the first settlers of Iceland kind of settled and made, the first settlers of Iceland, yeah. So I actually like stood where they stood and looked into the ravine where they had their settlement, and it was just amazing. And really, like, you could just be driving and then see like ancient rock structures, because they used to like make these little towers, probably like 3 or 4 foot towers, just kind of in a row along the way, because so they would build these to basically let other travelers know that this way was safe. So they would make these little rock towers or mounds, and you would just see them like just driving. They could be thousands and thousands of years old, and it was just amazing. So for me personally, I've been working very heavily with a nonprofit, doing freelance work. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately. It's taken most of my time, most of my free time anyway. Plus, I've been watching a lot of Critical Role. I don't know if any of you guys are into playing D&D, but I have a D&D group with some of my friends, and we really enjoy playing. But just to kind of decompress and relax from all this work I've been doing, I've just been kind of vegging out and just watching Critical Role. And I don't know, that's kind of what I do to relax. But I'm really excited to finally have this done and ready, and so that you guys can, enjoy your new Camp Stanley in your world. If you've already downloaded some of these, feel free to tag me on Twitter or Tumblr or Instagram or wherever you may be, because I'd love to see it. I'd love to see your gameplay. And yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think this is about it. I'm just going to be doing some landscaping around the mess hall. And don't forget to go to Peach's Plays, her channel, and the video of hers doing the interior of this build. And yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!